Gifts are hard to find, especially if the person you're buying for is picky. I wouldn't know what that's like, but I'm a gamer. More specifically, a retro gamer that reviews products centered around gaming. So today, I want to help you guys out by giving you some gift ideas for retro gamers like me. Roll the intro. So to make this easiest on all parties involved, if there's an Amazon link for it, that's what's in the description. That way, no offense, you won't get the wrong thing, or something like that. Plus, with how late into the holiday season I'm posting this, you'll probably want the 2-day shipping anyways. Also, this is mostly in order of cheapest to most expensive. First up is kind of a cop-out. I just gotta say this. Gift cards are not lazy gifts. Just trust me, okay? If they want a very specific item and you're worried you're gonna mess it up, gift card. Amazon, eBay, and even Goodwill are great gift card options. Or better yet, if they're looking for a specific game and you don't know the difference between Metroid and Kirby, grab a gift card to your local retro game store. We're big fans of small business here. Also, shout out to Contraband Retro Games and Video Game Headquarters. That's only helpful if you live in the Willamette Valley. Actually, that's a great idea. Leave your favorite retro game store and the city it's in the comments down below to help out your local gamers. One of the small gamer businesses I love is Rose Colored Gaming. I talk about their stuff a lot because I have so many of their products. They make beautiful wooden veneers to spice up the look of your consoles, and they make clean acrylic stands to display them on. Everything from them is easy to assemble, even the ones that do look tough. And everything they sell will really make your collection pop. Whether it's games, handhelds, consoles, or controllers, Rose Colored Gaming has you covered. I swear I'm not sponsored. But that brings me to our next gift idea, controllers. Not every controller from the 80s and 90s is comfortable or still fully functional. That's where companies like 8BitDo and Retrofighters come in. Both of these companies make controllers that work with older and newer consoles. Sometimes it's recreating the original form factor, and sometimes it's improving upon it. Now I don't have to censor my N64 controller. I'll leave links to both companies' Amazon pages as well as the direct links to the controllers I actually use. I really like Retrofighters' PlayStation and N64 controllers. In my opinion, they are way better than the original controllers for those consoles. Plus, being completely wireless is amazing. In complete honesty, I do not like their Dreamcast controller. The triggers just don't feel good. I'll get more into it in my Ultimate Dreamcast video that I'm working on, but I just don't recommend it. As far as 8BitDo goes, their SNES controller is the only thing I've tried so far, and it feels just like the original, minus the wire, of course. In general, I've heard great things about all of their controllers, so you really can't go wrong with them. I really wanted to include a piece about the Classiq consoles, but they aren't really sold in stores anymore, and there are a ton of crappy knockoffs online. So instead, I'll point you towards some of the game compilations. These are great alternatives at much lower prices. There really isn't much to say about these. They're just a bunch of games in one for cheap that you can play at a higher quality on the newer consoles. They're easy to find in stores and online, like the latest Atari 50th Anniversary Collection and the Sega Genesis Classics. For this next one, I'll be more specific. This is the Classiq 2. And that's Classiq with a Q. But this little guy is an NES, SNES Wombo combo. If the person you're shopping for has a ton of games from their childhood but needs something to play it on that actually works on modern TVs, this is a steal. There are definitely better options out there, but the Classiq's 2 price is genuinely hard to beat. Plus now they've even updated it to play Genesis too. I have an entire review video dedicated to this thing, so if you want to learn more about it, I'll link that at the end. But the TLDR is it plays NES, SNES, and Genesis cartridges just like the original consoles would play it. It comes with the controllers and all the cables you'll need. You just supply the games and it's plug and play. And something else that pairs beautifully with this are flash carts. For the uninitiated, these are game cartridges that can hold a ton of games in one. With the power of the microSD card, you'll never have to get up to swap games ever again. Well, you might have to press the reset button on the console, but still. As the gifter, you might not understand how it works, but your kids are gonna love it. They are super simple to set up, and I personally love all of mine. But if you wanna give your loved ones the cream of the crop, I'll link to the EverDrives from Krix. Both get the job done, but Krix does it best. But flash carts really go best with handheld consoles. It makes it so you don't have to carry a bunch of games when you're out and about. Which, speaking of handhelds, do you know I sell them? Do you or loved ones suffer from not being able to see your Game Boy screen? Visit the link on screen now to get the justice you deserve. You may be entitled to substantial hours of fun. But in all seriousness, If you're new here, I mod Game Boys on stream every week to sell on my website, retroremastered.com. I upgrade the screen to a modern display and give it a brand new stylized case so it feels like it was made today. Some of them even output to the TV. While of course I am a little biased, these do genuinely make awesome gifts for those who grew up playing Game Boy games. And if they haven't heard of Game Boy modding, it will blow them away. And if they're the DIY type, you can buy them the parts they need to do it themselves. I have in-depth tutorials for every model of Game Boy so they won't be lost. I know trying to find mod parts is a little daunting if you don't know what you're looking for, but Retro Game Repair Shop does have gift cards. And lucky for you, you can use code JAKE to save 10% at retrogamerepairshop.com. I don't know if my code works on gift cards though, but maybe an all-in-one handheld is better suited for your gifty. Is that a word, gifty? You know what I'm saying. While handheld emulators aren't really my cup of tea, these things can play a ton of different games from a ton of different consoles. There are so many of these things and they are constantly coming out with new versions, so they'll be quickly outdated. I'm just going to link to the Tiny Miu Mini and the latest Retroid Pocket. Both are loved by many, but I really don't know enough about any of them, so buy at your own risk. Moving on. This thing I just talked about in my Ultimate PS2 video, but it's worth another mention. The Retrotink 5X Pro is an expensive yet very well worth it upscaler. It'll take a ton of your old game consoles and make them look gorgeous at up to 1440p. It's the best way to play your retro consoles on a modern TV. I highly recommend this thing, but at this price point and the fact that it's for enthusiasts, it may not be the best gift, but it will be an amazing gift for your amazing brother. I'm looking at you, Samantha. I'm kidding, I already have this. Just give me $300. This next one is also fairly expensive for a gift, but it is the best on this list. I highly recommend the Steam Deck. It's my favorite device of the year. It can play so many games. We're talking full PC games on the go. It can emulate pretty much every console through the PS3. This thing is insane. I love it so very much. You would win the holiday season with this one. It's a handheld that runs games that should not run on a handheld. I cannot express how much I adore the Steam Deck. If you're willing to spend this kind of money on someone, this is the gift to get your gamer. And if all else fails, I sell cool gamer shirts that aren't super cringy. At least I don't think they're cringy. If you're new here, please subscribe. We are less than 500 away from 50K. There are 1,000,001 links in the description for everything I talked about here today. If I forgot something, kindly let me know in the comments and I will add it. But that's it for me. So like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. Bless you. Thank you.